Hi there. Today I'm going to talk about morality. I'm going to talk about what moral principles we should use and how we should use them. I'm going to talk about how we should relate to these moral principles. First of all, a decent morality is about living a decent life, treating each other well, and helping to make the world a better place. It is not about feeling better about ourselves at other people's expense. To achieve such a morality, we need to step away from the bullshit dichotomism, the black and white thinking where everything is either or. In this case, that everything is either right or wrong. The three moral principles I propose, they are very simple and they are quite universal in the sense that they exist throughout history, throughout all of humanity, and in so many different forms in all secular and religious philosophy. The first principle I call respect. It is also known as the golden rule or Kant's categorical imperative. Treat others as you would have them treat you. Treat other people as an end in itself, not just as a means to an end. And always act so you can want that the principle behind your action could be upheld as universal law. That kind of thinking. And the second moral principle, I call it maximization. The most common form, I think, of the maximization in secular philosophy is called hedonistic utilitarianism. The simple mathematical principle that you should maximize happiness and minimize suffering. In religion, this principle is mostly known as charity, that you should give resources to wherever they do the most good. It is not a complicated principle in any way. It is the simple fact that A. It is better to be happy, healthy, and rich than it is to be unhappy, sick, and poor. And B. This is true not only for you and your family, but for everybody. So you should strive to let everybody have a good life, not only you and your family. And the third principle, I call it empathy. It is the simple fact that you should not get lost in mathematics and theoretical arguments. You need to step back and feel. You need to relate to your fellow human beings on an emotional level and actually care about them for real. This is where purely theoretical utilitarianism fails. For example, it doesn't make a difference between your own children and other people's children, so it's a common counter argument against utilitarianism that it says that you should neglect your own children and just care about those children who need help the most. But the parent-child bond, sure, it can be a biological parent or a foster parent, but in either case, this bond is very important in itself. It is about emotions, not only about socio-economic goods. And this is what I'm trying to reach at when it comes to how we should relate to these principles. Because a lot of philosophers put one of these three principles on a pedestal. They say that we must choose one principle to be the one true morality, and that the other two will be false. And I completely disagree. We should use all three principles at once. The basic thing here is that when an action is in harmony with all three principles, it is a good action. And when an action is in disharmony with at least one of the principles, then the action is highly problematic. If the action goes against all three principles, then we can just condemn it outright without any further thought. But if an action is in harmony with one of the principles but goes against another, then we shouldn't choose one of the options to be right. We can choose one of the options to be the lesser evil that we will have to settle for now, but we should not put it on a pedestal. We should always keep looking for a third option, keep looking for a better way out, keep looking for a way that we can get all three principles in harmony. Also, most actions are neither good nor bad. I mean, every action is for better and worse, but very few actions are truly heroic or truly heinous. We need morality to be a guideline, not something we constrain ourselves to. Like I said, it is not black and white. We have a big gray area. We need to avoid the truly black areas altogether. And for the gray areas, we should strive towards the white end of the spectrum without burning out ourselves or each other. Moralizing about every choice every person takes and demand that everybody does their very best at every point, that's counterproductive. It will, in the end, only be about feeling better about ourselves at other people's expense, or feeling better about our own ideology at our own expense. Loving our dikana, our religion, our ideology, our paradigm, or whatever, while hating ourselves. And that's not making the world a better place. It's just making it more dogmatic. So we need to have a sensible relationship to our morality. Use it to help ourselves, help each other, not be a straitjacket. And that's all I have to say for now. Have a good time and live long and prosper.